Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Molly. In today's video, I'm going to show you some tasty recipes I love and just some general tips and tricks I've learned along the way. I've always loved food and could never follow diets. I used to think eating healthy was just eating bowls of salad, but actually eating healthy can be so delicious if you just dedicate some time and effort into finding things you like to eat and what the nutritional values are. Once you start, you'll feel so good you'll never want to stop. I've had a reasonably healthy lifestyle for about 5 years now, but I'm still learning so much about what's good and what's bad. Just before I get into the video, I just wanted to say I'm showing you a good week where I've been really organised, which over the years I've got much better at, but I still have my weeks where if I haven't been so organised, I end up picking up not so good snacks or ordering takeaway. So if you're watching this video while eating a takeaway, I don't want you to feel bad about it. I want you to get back to it tomorrow. Okay, so my muscle food order has just arrived this morning and I thought I'd just open it on camera with you guys. I order all my meat and fish and stuff like that from Muscle Food just because the quality is really amazing. The food from there tastes really, really nice. And then in any household stuff or vegetables or anything like that, then I order that from Waitrose, which is arriving later on today. So I've been super organised this week. I'm not always this organised, but I do try to be. So I try to plan my meals for the week and then plan what food I need. It actually takes around 5 days for my Muscle Food order to arrive normally, so you do have to be really organised if you want to order from there. But the prices are really good and the quality is incredible, so I do think it's worth it. So these I actually got as a freebie in a previous order and they're incredible. I mean, they're probably a little bit high in sugar, but they'd be better than eating cookies and they taste just as good to me. So I've ordered probably 10 packets of them. It's quite difficult not to kind of go through them all in one day, so you have to be really good because they probably are high in sugar. It's all natural ingredients. It's made from, I think, like peanut butter, stuff like that. Ooh, I got some freebies. I love a freebie. So I got a chocolate chip cookie and then deep rub. I like using these in the chicken. They sent me a really nice one last time, but then they were out of stock when I tried to actually buy some. They do have some vegetables, but not a lot. So I ordered some broccoli and some peppers. You can never have too many peppers. I really like these burgers because they're really easy to cook. You just put them on the frying pan and they're very low in fat. Got some salmon fillets, sausages, chili sausages, or chili chicken sausages. I never eat pork sausages because they're really high in fat, but chicken sausages are just as nice. You can have it with a salad, or there's lots of different things you can do. Also with eggs for breakfast in the morning is nice. We've got some steak, so I normally have steak or red meat after a leg day, something like that. Not when I know I'm going to be doing loads of cardio the next day, because red meat can make you feel really like lethargic and the next day not really wanting to move very much. So I save that for a treat day, maybe after legs day, something like that. Got some chicken breast fillets, mincemeat, so I can make like a spaghetti bolognese. Again, all the meat is grass-fed from Muscle Food, so that's what you want. When you go buy cheap meat from Sainsbury's, Tesco's, a lot of the time it's kind of been manufactured or it's got preservatives or processed stuff in it. It's just not all around that great. So that's why I prefer to buy meat from maybe a butcher or something like that, but Muscle Food is just really convenient because it's a lot cheaper, like I said, and quality is incredible, so that's why I shop there. This is just more of the same. So obviously all of this food I won't put it in the freezer. Things like the steaks I like to have fresh, so I'll probably leave those in the fridge, and the salmon I'll never freeze that, but mince is really simple and easy to freeze, and also the burgers are easy to freeze, so I'll put those in the freezer for later in the week, and I'll leave food in the fridge for about 3 days. I don't like to leave anything longer than that just because it starts to go a little bit nasty. So yeah, just put it in the freezer and then you can just take it out the night before when you know you're going to have it the next day. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. So I'll show you later on once my Waitrose order arrives as well. As you can see, these cookies are really dangerous. I started eating these before I'd even had my breakfast. I really have no self-control at all, which is why I never have sweets or chocolate in the house. but even if you have healthy snacks, you have to be careful not to overdo it. These cookies mostly consist of almond butter. Nut butters are really good for you because they're made of good fats, but even good fats can make you gain weight if you have too much of them. Okay, so my Waitrose order just arrived. I just thought I'd quickly run through bits and pieces that I actually bought. Everything's planned for meals for the week, so nothing's going to go to waste, hopefully. So just to start with, my oat milk barista edition for my coffee. I literally say this in every vlog. Every time I speak about food, I talk about this. So yeah, I can't live without it in my coffee. We just got tons of chicken. Like I said earlier, my boyfriend likes chicken with the bone. So I just got these drumsticks. Obviously they're on offer 3 for £10. That's really good, and they're easy to freeze and then defrost when you actually need to use them. So they should last us more than a week, because obviously we've got the other meat as well. But because they were on offer, it's just a good time to buy them. Then I got some chicken thighs as well. My boyfriend likes me to take the skin off them just because it's a little bit more fattening with the skin on, but more flavoursome if you keep the skin on. For milk, we've completely cut dairy and we just use this on our cereal or anything that you need to use milk for. At first I was a little bit like, I'm not too sure about it, but once you just carry on using it, you get used to it, and I actually really like it now. Tuna is just really handy to have on hand. I have tuna in pita bread, so I've got these wholemeal pittas as well. They're just a really easy snack to have. These Deliciously Ella bars are incredible. I just love these to snack on. They're really, really nice. Honey, obviously, I normally get the really large one, but they've sent us this as a substitute, which is really annoying because we use quite a lot of honey. For carbs, obviously, we take everything brown, so wholemeal spaghetti, wholemeal rice, wholemeal pasta, everything wholemeal, wholemeal bread. What else we've got? More peppers, coriander, bananas, got some asparagus to have with our steak, and it's also nice with salmon, things like that. It's just easy to kind of fry up on the pan with a little bit of garlic. Always use the spray oil just because it's lower in calories. It's 1 calorie per spray, I think it is. This is kind of a new thing that I've added to my diet. Some dates. I quite like having these in my shakes. Avocado for avocado on toast. Then obviously I just got like other veggies that I've planned in to have in with my meals. So mushrooms are good to have in like a spag bowl. Can't remember what I've planned to have these aubergines in, but I'm sure it's lovely. I'll check my list. I've got garlic. Obviously can't have too much garlic. Ginger, cucumber. I don't know what else I've got. Potatoes. I do have white potatoes, but I have these little baby potatoes with salmon, so obviously the salmon, yeah, it's just kind of balanced. I don't go too over the top with less fat or whatever. I still want it to taste nice. I'm gonna side towards something tasting nice rather than it just being plain and dry. And you want your food to taste good because you're not going to stick to actually eating healthy if everything just tastes plain. If you're just having a plain chicken breast with no seasoning on it and then plain rice with it, which I see like some of these gym people eating, I'm like, that's so boring. And then they kind of meal prep everything and you have to put it in a microwave and it tastes like crap once you've reheated it. So I just prefer everything to be fresh. If you're just really organised with planning what meals you're going to have for the week and planning when the delivery is going to come, then the rest of the week's just really easy because you don't need to go out and grab anything unless you've forgot something. You might need to grab the odd thing like milk or I don't know, but you don't really need to go out shopping again if you've actually just been organised from the start. So that's just kind of how I like to do it, but obviously I'll show you the recipes as I'm making them and kind of how I'm cooking foods throughout the week and stuff like that. Okay, so to start with, I just preheat the oven to about 190 degrees centigrade. Then I place the chopped up red peppers and tomatoes, if you have them. Here I'm actually going to use sun-dried tomatoes just because this is what I had in the fridge. I then add some mixed herbs on top, a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of salt, and I just roast them in the oven for about 30 minutes or until they look kind of charred on the outside. I just wanted to show you guys this really cool trick that I learned for peeling garlic. If you just crush it with a big spoon, then the skin just comes away really easily.
Then I just add the garlic and onion to a pan, fry it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then add the tomato puree and apple cider vinegar. Then I just add in the ingredients from the oven to the pan and add some almond milk. Then I just added everything to a blender and put it in a bowl to eat. So this is the final result. It actually didn't taste as nice with sun-dried tomatoes as it does just with normal tomatoes roasted in the oven. So once the potatoes are all chopped up into chips, I then just put them on a baking tray with some salt and olive oil. I put them in the oven for about an hour on a really high temperature, about 200 degrees centigrade. Then I just fry the steak for 4 minutes on each side on a really high heat. So to cook the asparagus, I just add some garlic to the pan with a little bit of butter and salt, and then I'll add the asparagus. Just be really careful not to overcook the asparagus, you still want it to have some crunch when you eat it. So this is everything on my plate ready to eat. I really like to overload on the asparagus because it's really tasty and obviously so good for you. I just wanted to quickly talk about water because in all the what I eat in a day videos I watch, I never really see people talking about the importance of drinking water. I personally find it really hard to drink a lot of water, so I always start my day off with water and my vitamins, and then I tell myself I need to finish 2 of these 1.5 litre bottles. A lot of the time I fall short, but I think it's better to aim higher than what you actually think you can do. When I'm craving something sweet, I find apples with a little bit of peanut butter on top really helps to curb those cravings, and it's so quick and easy to make.
Okay guys, so I just did a fasted workout on the Peloton this morning, and now I'm just going to have some avocado and toast. Yum.
Take it away, feeling so good to me. Chilling all day, all in your face is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love.
Okay, so I add the chopped onion and garlic to the pan with a bit of salt and some oil from the sun-dried tomatoes. I then cook them for about 5 to 10 minutes or until they're kind of soft, and then I'll add the tomato puree, thyme and the sun-dried tomatoes. I'll cook those for about 2 minutes before I add the tinned tomatoes and a tiny little bit of coconut sugar. I bring it all to a boil before reducing down the temperature, and then I just let it simmer for about 30 minutes. I then just cook up some brown pasta and mix it into the sauce, and voila. I then just put any leftover sauce into a container so I can just reheat it and have it for lunch the next day. This is one of my favourite meals for if I just want something really light. I just cook the salmon in the oven, obviously put lots of seasoning on it, and then I make the couscous. It's really easy, just add boiling water and a little bit of salt to the couscous, and then I fry up some onions and peppers and add that into the couscous as well, and then just finish it off with some raisins. Mix it all together, and it's just really tasty and really light for days when you want something not too heavy.
Hello and good morning everyone. This morning I'm just making my really yummy oats with apple and honey. It tastes just like apple pie, so you can imagine how good it tastes. And I just thought I'd show you guys exactly how I make it.
So just cook the oats in a pan with some almond milk. Just make sure the almond milk is no sugars. Then just chop up some apples and put them in a pan with some honey. Fry them for about 3 or 4 minutes. Make sure the pan isn't up too hot because the honey will burn. You want it to just be kind of a medium temperature. Then I just add the oats to a bowl with a little bit of cinnamon and then mix in the apple and honey mixture. It's so good.
So I'm just about to make a matcha latte, one of my specialities. I'm trying to drink a little bit less coffee. I already had 1 coffee this morning, so I'm trying to limit myself to just 1 coffee a day. And matcha's really amazing for energy levels without giving you the kind of jitters that you get from drinking coffee, and it's also got massive health benefits. It's actually one of the best antioxidants, I think, definitely not an expert, but that's what I've read. So I try to do a coffee in the morning because I can't wake up without a coffee, and then have a matcha latte in the afternoon if I need a little pick me up. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you exactly how I make mine. Good morning, it's the next day, and today I'm going to make a little bit more of a complicated breakfast. It's banana and blueberries. It's banana and blueberries. Sorry, my brain hasn't switched on yet. I've had my coffee already, but it's not quite kicked in yet. I'm making blueberry and banana oats, and it's baked in the oven. So yeah, like I said, it's a little bit of a longer recipe. So can't get my words out this morning. It's a little bit of a longer breakfast. It takes about 30 minutes to make, so if you're pushed for time, it's probably not the best recipe, but it's really, really yummy if you do have some time. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and show you exactly how I make this breakfast.
So to start with, I just preheat the oven to 180 degrees centigrade and I boil the kettle. Once the kettle's boiled, I then cover the oats in a bowl with some boiling water and let them soak for about 10 minutes until they're soft. While the oats are soaking, I halve the banana, I mash one half in the bowl and then cut the other half into slices. I then stir the mashed banana through the oats and then add any nuts or seeds that you want. So today I was using pumpkin seeds. You can then add honey, cinnamon and blueberries, and then the almond milk and raisins. Add this all to a bowl, mix it together and then add it to a baking dish. Then place it in the oven and put the other half of the bananas that you cut into slices on top. I then cook it for about 25 minutes until it's golden on the top.
Okay, so this is how it should look once you take it out of the oven. So yummy. Oh my god. I'm going to spoon this up now and eat it. So for lunch, I'm just having a pita bread with chicken sausage, lettuce and a little bit of mayo in it, which is just really quick, simple and easy and so tasty.
This burger recipe is really nutritious and so tasty. I like to pickle the red onions in some apple cider vinegar to start. I then fry the burgers and add some smashed avocado on top. It's great with an egg too if you have some. Then I just mix in some coriander through the brown rice. This pasta with chicken sausage is so easy to make. Cook the chicken sausage in the oven for about 20 minutes. While it's cooking in the oven, then fry up some onions and peppers in a pan and then add the chopped tomatoes. I like to use fresh mostly, but you can use tinned as well. Simmer for about 20 minutes and then chop up the sausage and mix it all through the pasta. Start by frying up the onions, peppers and mushrooms. Then fry up the mince until it's brown and excess water is gone. These are some of the seasonings that I really like to use. I'm sure some of them have some processed bits and bobs in them, but the main thing I try to stick by is always using sea salt and not table salt, because that can be really bad for your cholesterol. Then I just add some tinned tomatoes and tomato puree and let it simmer for about 45 minutes. I then like to top it off with some nutritional yeast instead of using cheese, just to give it that extra flavour.
Okay guys, I'm just sitting down to have some avocado and toast, and I thought I would just have a quick chat about my relationship with food. So obviously you can see from watching the video already the type of foods that I eat. I don't follow any specific diet. I just really try to eat as healthy as I possibly can day by day. Also, I think actually learning about food makes it quite fun and it motivates you as well. So there's a few nutrition lists that I follow on YouTube. You can also get books on food and how different foods affect our bodies. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.